All right, guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a day. Such a day. So much goodness. Holy Hannah. Am I the only person that's working 100 times more than normal? It might be. Okay. So tonight is part two of my Get Your Body Back series. This is our second of 4 classes. This is a completely free series to support you during COVID-19 so you don't gain the quarantine 15. And I know that that's a joke, and I also know that a lot of people are really struggling with emotional eating and overeating and mindless eating and being out of a routine and being in their homes and always around food and not being able to move as much. And as I've said before, everything that I believe this is an opportunity for us to come back to being human. I believe this is an opportunity for us to transcend any things that weren't working for us and to adopt healthy habits that are serving us. And that's what I really want to invite you all into here. I really see this as an opportunity. I know that there's a lot of fear. I know there's a lot of uncertainty. I know there's a lot of different emotions that are going on within your systems. And one of the things last night, I was on my dear friend, Dr. Kellyanne Petrucci, the creator of the Bone Broth Diet. I was on her virtual doctor's night out, and we were talking about what to do, and I was being highlighted to speak about how to not emotionally eat, how to not eat from stress, how to not let our anxiety. And I gave different tactics, which I will share with you guys, and I'll make sure that you get, if you're on my email list, you will get a replay to that. So I know we had so many requests to get that replay, and also to get these replays. So you can watch these videos here, they're on YouTube. And if you have subscribed to this, then you will receive the replay. So there is a lot going on. What we really want to do, and what I'm doing in this entire series, I'm trying to do as much as I can to support on as many levels as I can. And my team and I are working double time. So get your body back. 2 weeks to a tighter, lighter, happier you. So what we're doing this series, we just did in call 1, which we just did on Tuesday. It was how to only eat when you're hungry and not mindlessly eat or get caught in junk food fat traps. We went through several different things that I'm going to recap on here in case you're just coming into this right now, that will support you. So each class is going to be stacking onto the other. So you want to make sure, start with the first one, then do the second, do the third, into the fourth. It's to take you in a progression to help you to be lighter, tighter, and happier in 2 weeks' time. In addition to that, I'm also doing a meditation, Get Your Body Back meditation series to support in tandem with each of these live classes. So if you are new to me, you can join me on Facebook. It streams on Facebook. We also will upload them to YouTube. Ideally, if you, the easiest way is just to register for this event. I will put the link below to register so that you get all of the replays and that you get the meditations. I'm doing a meditation. They take place at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, all the other time zones you have to figure out. And I'm doing them, streaming them on Facebook and Instagram, and trying to do them on YouTube as well. And again, if you've registered for the Get Your Body Back series, they will be emailed to you. So if you can't make them live, they will be there as well, so that you can keep going back to them as needed, and they'll be top of your feed. All right, so get your body back. Are you guys excited? Because tonight is how to lose weight without dieting, my favorite topic. It's what I've done for my body. It's what I've helped thousands of women around the world do. Hundreds have been through my programs, and they've all done it successfully. So how to lose weight without dieting and making yourself crazy around food. So no more food obsessing, calorie counting, all of that stuff. What I really want you to understand, and what I will go deeper into, is it is never about the weight. It never has been. You just think it is. And we're going to debunk that tonight and give you a lot of action steps. I'm all about action. I'm all about results. So I'm going to give you tactical things. I do talk fast, so please have a notebook. And then any other questions that you have, put them in the chat. And I will do my best to answer them. I love it, Debbie. I love that you're here. You guys are getting me. Oddly, I live in San Diego is in the midst of a move before this happened, and it has been chilly and rainy here. I'm laughing because I'm from the East Coast and they're having warmer weather than we are. I always find that so humorous, and I'm like, it's been raining and cold for like a whole week. So it's definitely one of those things. Last night I was on a walk after I got done doing the virtual class, and like rain started coming down, and I was like, no, I just need more time outside. So if anybody else is feeling that way, definitely let me know. Oh my God, yeah, you had snow this morning. So we've got to come up with creative things. I've been sharing in my groups about what to do to like get the family involved, get your partners involved, just all the different things. So it's gorgeous and sunny here in Portland. Yes, see? It's all the things. All right, I'm going to jump in and get started. So those of you that are new to me, I am Melissa Kathryn. I am a holistic nutritionist. I have a background in fitness. I'm an ex-fitness competitor. I'm a hypnotherapist. I specialize in emotional eating, disordered eating, and really helping women to be free from dieting, all in all, to have emotional mastery and mindset mastery, to know your worth. My podcast is called Wholeness. I believe in bringing women back to wholeness, to the truth of who they are before they ever thought they were less than, due to a number on the scale, a trauma or anything that they experienced in their life that had them think otherwise. In that wholeness, I found that that's true, where the true healing lies, to keep us and really what we were desiring all along, that we thought we were seeking in our extended efforts, and many of you a lifetime of seeking to release the weight. I know that I struggled with my weight for almost 2 decades. I had all of the knowledge, so I know one of the things that we say is, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. And there's an immense barrage of negative thoughts that we have about ourselves, that in some way we're not enough because we haven't figured it out, that we need to do it, and that we need to do it on our own. And, you know, in my international best-selling book, Eat Right for Your Archetype, I really break down 4 different types of self-sabotage. You can head on over to my website, melissakathryn.com, if you want to learn more about those and take a quiz to find out which archetype you are and receive a mini plan to support you in getting to the other side of those self-sabotaging cycles. Again, that's just my name, melissakathryn.com. Although Kathryn's my middle name. For those of you that don't know that, it is my middle name. There's the avoider, the rebel, the perfectionist, and the avoider. And we're going to be touching on those tonight, which is why I was bringing that up. Going along with any of you that are new to me, I do believe it's really important that we know where we're getting our information from. And you can check out my TED Talk. You can check out, I do all the programs, the speaking, all the things. So I did have, and I shared this in my Love Your Body, Lose the Weight 7-day extravaganza when we started off, about really letting the dieter go, identifying the dieter's mentality. I struggled with my weight, and I made it mean that I was less than. My fixation on my weight, my desire for weight loss, my constant dieting was actually what kept me on the self-sabotaging cycle. It's what kept me, and it's what keeps my clients. And when they find me, they're usually at a point where they're like, I'm so done. Like, I'm just so done feeling helpless. I'm so done with the struggle. I'm so done. And if I said to you, what is the number one thing that's getting in your way of your success? You would tell me it's you. You would tell me that it's your mind. And in your mind, and this is what, and I had a little chuckle there because I used to say the same thing. And it's your mind, that your belief about yourself, that there's something wrong in you, that you're broken in some way, that's actually what is keeping us to the dieting cycle. So I knew all the things. How many of you feel like you know exactly what to do? That you know exactly what to do, but you're just not doing it. You know how to eat, you know the way to move your body, but you're sitting there going, but I just don't understand why I'm not doing it. Yes, so me. Yes. So it's frustrating, right? Like, it's frustrating to sit there and think I'm doing all of, like, I know all the things, but I'm watching myself not do them. It's like when you tell yourself you're going to go to bed early and you're watching another episode of Friends and you're kind of like, what am I doing? Like, then I don't get up on time, then I miss my workout, then my cravings are all over the place, and I feel bad about myself, and we go into this whole cycle. So I really want you guys to understand, and I want to break this down, and those of you that have been following me for a long time, I'm going to sound like a broken record, and that's okay, because I really want it to get into your mind. Your mind is set up for survival. Your mind is set up to keep you safe. Your mind only knows what you've taught it. Your mind is going to keep you in a perpetual state of self-sabotage because it's what you've taught yourself is what you need. And as much as I know you all want to get to your ideal weight and you think it would be lovely to be there and you think that it will fix all the things, I want to know how many of you think that if you lose the weight, you're going to be happy? Put that in the comments below. How many of you think if you lose the weight that you're going to be happy? Yeah, if you lose the weight somehow, Debbie, good. Yeah, those of you that have been with me know that it's not the answer. It's not the way. I lost the weight. I won Best Body in the International Natural Body Federation. I have a trophy, or I didn't win. I won second place. Still, to me, that was winning because truth, I wasn't planning on placing at all. I was just doing it for myself. And I looked like a fitness model. I had Equinox ask me, because that's where I worked out at the time in New York City, in the West Village. I had them ask me if I would be a before and after, and that I would be a spokesperson for the Equinox way. And this just gives you insight. And I want you guys to really think about this. And I see this with women that are like in the midst of my program where I'll go, oh my God, you're doing so great. I love a testimonial. And the idea of even saying that they're in a weight loss program, or the idea of even showing somebody a before and after, is like, oh, no, because there's such a lack of love that's within themselves. And so let me go on with my little story here about myself. Yeah, Equinox, the franchise asked me to be like the poster that, like, when you walk in with the before and after. And I had so much shame. Now, I was never more than like 15 pounds overweight, but 20. I don't really know because I don't remember like weighing myself. You guys can see my before and afters on my website. But I felt, and I always say this, it doesn't matter if you're 5 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, the story is still the same. The experience is still the same. The relationship with you is still the same. The heavy torment, the food obsession, the constant thinking about it, the not feeling good enough, the making yourself wrong, the constant researching of the diet for the diet and looking on your phone and what is the best workout to burn the most calories and what can I do next and how am I supposed to eat? You know, I was on with a client earlier that's like, you know, we're getting her off of the grilled chicken and broccoli belief that's like she can only eat boring food, right, with heavy restriction, and then she's rebelling, right, which is the rebel archetype. So I share this because with Equinox, I said no. Said no to a national campaign. Why? Because I did not believe in myself enough. I had not, in that transformation of my body, I stood on stage and you would think, oh my God, well then she must just be the happiest person in the world. She must have all the things. She must be, you know, feel so good and this and that. No, my relationship with me was still the same. If anything, my weight became something more that I was struggling with, because then I had seen it transform overnight and I gained the weight back in 3 months' time. It was so hard to have people see me in one way and go to the other so fast and know that they were judging me. There's no way they weren't. There's no way they weren't bringing that into their state of being, going like, wait, what just happened with Melissa here? So it brought on immense shame. It brought on immense guilt. It brought on and intensified the already feelings that I had of not being enough. So when Equinox had asked me that, the bottom line is, and this is actually what propelled me to do the work that I do in the world, which I'm so blessed to be able to do and what I'm on a mission to support women with, is truly to break free from that, because it didn't matter if I had the body. The weight loss did not make me happy. The money will never make you happy. The external things will never make you feel whole. Wholeness is a job within yourself. Getting off the dieting train is actually about coming back to connection with you. Dieters live in isolation. Dieters sit there overanalyzing themselves heavily in their minds, making themselves wrong, desperately seeking control around their meal plans, their workouts, their routines, because if anything is not right, then somehow you're not enough. You have set up such a long to-do list that makes you wrong. And it's constantly thinking, well, if I just fix me, that I need to do this within myself, that I need to go there for myself. And if I don't do it, then nobody can. There's something wrong with me. Why can't I figure this out? How many of you are extremely successful in your life and are high achievers? That's what I want to know. These are generally my clients. Yep. High achievers, successful in life, have all the things. You can have love. Some of my clients have love. Some of my clients are in seek of love. It doesn't matter. It's the perfectionist. It's the overachiever. It's the part of you. You do all of that because you're seeking validation. When going back to my story with Equinox, I turn them down because the idea of somebody seeing my before and after, I was like, oh my God, then they'll know my struggle. The truth is, when we're a dieter, our biggest fear is being seen. Because our underlying belief is, if you see the real me, you won't like what you see. Because our underlying lack within ourselves is, I'm afraid to see the real me because I don't like what I see. And that's what needs to change. That's what needs to get on the other side. It's when we get to that you get off the dieting train. It's when you get to that you stop seeking comfort, solace, and support from food, and you start knowing it's from you. I gained the weight back in 3 months' time. How many of you have lost weight and gained it back? Right? Like so fast that you didn't even get to enjoy the weight loss. Like, you're like, wait a minute. I just like starved myself, restricted, worked out like a crazy person. I only got to enjoy that body for like 8 weeks. What just happened? Like, what just happened? And now I'm in this slothful state of self-sabotage where I just like slide into my sofa, make myself wrong, feel not enough, start to wear dumpy clothes. I'm no longer am like doing my hair. I'm not putting makeup on, and I'm wearing all black and like baggy things. And I'm just sitting there feeling bad. My thoughts are bad, right? Like I always say, when we feel bad, we do bad things. When we tell ourselves negative things, we end up eating poorly. Right? And then we talk ourselves out of doing positive things like moving your body, like opening up to people. We keep living into the story that we're not enough. Are you guys with me? Right? So it gets really, really exhausting. So going back to the Equinox and why this supports you and what we're doing here tonight is, I didn't feel enough. I hadn't changed my identity. I had not become, the fitness competition was just another diet. I didn't realize it, but all I was doing was just doing another diet. I wasn't changing anything in the internal context of my experience. I could follow a diet like the best of them. Give me a plan and I'll follow it. You want to restrict me? I'll do it. How long do we have to do it? Like, I'll make it work. I can follow any plan. Ladies, you can follow a plan. You've proven that 1,000 times over, right? And I know, because you do your to-do list and you do your plans, and I know you're sitting there going, well, why can't I anymore? You can't anymore because you've exhausted it, because you've already proven to yourself that it doesn't work. Diets don't work. They never have. That's why the dieting industry is $1 billion industry. They don't teach you a lasting solution, or it wouldn't exist. Then nobody would be on a diet. They teach you how to stay on a diet. Anybody can have a full body transformation by eating grilled chicken and broccoli and working out 4 hours a day. Anybody. But inevitably, where we restrict, we will rebel, right? So the perfectionist in you, no matter what you do, it's never enough. You don't even know the full definition of what that even is for you, right? So even when you lose the weight, you're still going to find something in you that you don't like, unless you become whole. Even when I lost weight, I still went right back to my emotional eating. I went right back to choosing food over me. I went right back to sitting there on the outside looking like I'm happy and I'm perfect and I've got the cute little body and wearing all the cute little clothes. Doesn't matter if your internal state does not feel it. And you might think and go, well, how did you not feel confident? How did you not feel sexy? Guys, confidence and sexy does not mean you love you. It does not mean it. It just means, okay, look, but don't touch. I'm over here. It means, oh, okay, I'm going to exude confidence, but I don't actually feel confident. True confidence is, I have an unwavering belief within myself, whether I'm 50 pounds higher or 50 pounds lower, whether I have money or I don't have money, whether you think I'm as successful or not, I am worthy and deserving of feeling good now because of who I am. I am worthy and deserving of who I am now because I'm a child of God. I'm worthy and deserving because I am of the divine. I'm worthy and deserving just because I am. I am uniquely me. I am perfect exactly as I am. I don't need validation from other people. I don't need you to tell me that I look good to know that I look good. I look good and feel good because I tell myself I feel good, right? I used the analogy earlier with a client where I said, honey, do you realize that you need to treat yourself like you are holding a baby in your arms? A baby in your arms. Are you going to sit there just really think about this, guys, because when we go on the realm of restriction, which is what the whole dieting mindset is and how we want to get to the other side of dieting, is when you're really in that place of dieting, it's like doing this to yourself. It's like having your mom tell you that you can only have grilled chicken and broccoli, that you can only eat on a restricted, you know, this small amount and this amount, and it's going to be the same thing every day. And then when your mom doesn't come home one day, you're going to raid the pantry until you feel sick, right? That's what's going to happen. And that's what you're basically doing to yourself. You're basically saying to yourself, you're not allowed to have anything but this until you operate and perform for me. That's what we're doing when we're constantly on a diet. And then we get so restricted, there's deficiencies within us. And then we sit there and we go, oh my God, I just need variety. I just need something else. I'm so sick of this. Like, I'm so sick of beating myself down, because we can only take so much before we rebel. If we are being bullied enough, it is only so long before you retaliate back, right? So I really want you to get, you are that inner child. You are that inner being. You are that child within you. And what she is needing is love. What she is needing is to not be made wrong. What she is needing is to know that she will be taken care of and supported and can thrive in a loving environment, right? And that's what is missing. It is the mating with your own soul. It is the permission for you to be you without repercussions, without making yourself wrong. So we're going to be talking tonight about how to not have good food versus bad food, how to not live in a state. And I will say that when we really look at this, this is why, and I was talking again with a client about this tonight, when we sit there, how many of you have had this experience? Wait, I need a sip. I need a sip of my giant, wait, my mug's the size of my head. Okay, all right. But I like really need something because I'm like channeled in all the things. Okay. So when I want to know how many of you have had this experience of sabotage. You restrict, you're on a diet, you follow the diet, you do good for a few weeks, you don't see the results that you think you should see, you get on the scale, it makes you feel bad, or you see the results that you want to see, and then you start going, oh, okay, well, we don't have to do that anymore, and you go the other way. So either you don't see the results, or you do see the results, but either way, after about 3 weeks, or a certain period of time, you end up going completely in the other direction. And then you overeat and you tell yourself that you're going to have a brownie. And then you have a brownie and then you go, you know what? I've already had that brownie. Today's done. I've already messed up my whole day. I might as well have another one. And then I might as well just go and have that pizza for lunch because I'm already off my diet. I mean, it doesn't matter. I've already messed up so much. I'm already having all my bad foods. And then you do the same thing at dinner. But you don't just do it at dinner. You don't really stop all day. You get all the foods that you haven't really allowed yourself to eat. And you think, today is my one day. Today is my window. And then you feel so bad about yourself. And you actually feel intensely bloated and like you gained weight. And all that happened is your body's going, you've been restricting me for so long. I don't know when I'm going to get fats again. I don't know when you're going to feed me like this again. So I'm going to store all of this and I'm going to actually put on weight rather quickly because I don't know when we're going to be fed again because of this heavy restriction and rebelling, right? So that is what we need to break. We lose weight without dieting when we start to create balance. Another client that I'm working with is, I just told her, she was saying like, honey, she's like, Melissa, when I go for the ice cream, I go for the ice cream. I don't mess around. And it was almost said in like a way of kind of like, yeah, when I do it, like I own it. Like there was a little bit of pride. Like I'm not just joking around here. Like I did it. And then it was like, and when I'm going to have cereal, I'm going to have like one bowl. I'm not going to have one bowl. I'm going to try all the cereals. I'm going to get a variety because I never have cereal because that's a carb, right? So I said to her, I go, let's just say her name's Mary. I was like, Mary, the thing is, where we restrict, we rebel. And when we're working with that archetype within you, one of the best things with a combination of the perfectionist, right, where it's never enough, she's never enough no matter what, you constantly are slapping yourself across the face. You're constantly holding yourself down. Imagine if you had a mother that's always sitting there going, Don't you get it? Like you're never not, you can't have what you want when you want it. You can have what you want when I give it to you. And then I expect you to respond in the way I want you to. And I expect that you're still tiny. And I expect that you still lose weight, even though I shoved you full of food. And then I restrict you and hold you back and don't let you have things that feel good for you. And I tell you that you're not enough constantly. And I tell you that you're not worthy of good things. And I tell you that you're not deserving. And I tell you that in order to have what you want, you have to work really, really hard. And you have to struggle. And you aren't deserving of happiness or feeling beautiful or wearing beautiful clothes unless you get this weight off. That's the messaging. That's what we're sending to ourselves each day. We are animals by nature. Your body is hearing and responding to everything. In my program, Love Your Body, Lose the Weight, we actually work on the energetic plane of really helping your body to understand. And we've seen, and I have a client that lost 5.5 pounds in 2 weeks by sitting, well, she was in my other program. It doesn't matter, same thing. She had come from that program and stayed on, and we went to another one. She had lost the 5.5 pounds by actually sitting there and just saying to herself what we teach, which is that the body responds to the words that you say. The body responds to the visions that you give it. The body responds to the way in which you treat it. And if you are treating it like weight loss is hard for you and weight loss is far from you, you are automatically telling the universe that I can't have the thing that I want, and therefore you are moving it further away from you and making it that much harder. And your wording, your words are everything. The way that you are speaking to your body is having your body respond in a way that's not honoring you, because your body's an animal by nature. It is listening to your directives, and your directives are, we lose weight to gain weight, and you are not enough until you operate in this way. And we know this. Nothing thrives without love. Nothing thrives in that environment. Does that make sense? So when we want to break the cycle of self-sabotage, the guidance that I gave to my client and the guidance that I want to give to you guys is, I told her that you need to create balance. I said, if you have that experience with cereal, it's because you never allow yourself to have cereal. If you have that experience with ice cream, it's because you never have it. So the dieting mind, the dieter in you is like, well, we're never going to have it, so we might as well just go crazy. You guys, you don't want to go crazy. I eat what I want when I want it, and I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to gorge it. I don't want to overeat it, because I allow myself to have it when I want it. And when I say that, I know, again, that there's a fear that you will go nuts. But the truth is, and my client said to me, and we just started working on this, she was like, in a week, she's like, it's so true. When I have what I want, and I've been giving myself like something different and mixing up the variety and having, you know, having a sweet treat here, and like, if I want chips there, and blah, 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 blah. And she's having things in moderation. She's having a normal serving of them. You know, when like you get a bag of chips and it's this big, not pulling out a bag this big and sitting with them until they're done. She's having that, and she's like, it's so true. And now, like, her partner was like, do you want to get ice cream? She was like, I had like a bite and put it down. Whereas like just 2 weeks ago, she would have kept eating it, right? And had a lot of it. That's where the dieter comes in. Is all of that making sense? Do you guys get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have another little break here. It's not Friday yet, but I feel like it is. Who's ready for Friday? Okay. So we got a lot to talk about. Lots to say. All right, I love all the comments going in here. Okay, so much. I put so much on for our little class here. We're gonna hope we get through it. If not, we'll tack it on to another one. So in tonight's class so far with Lose the Weight Now, without dieting and making yourself crazy, no more food obsessing and calorie counting to get real results, do you guys understand that when we start to create balance and trust within ourselves and our bodies, doing a lot of self-talk and getting in the space, right, where you're going, I love my body, like I love you, I really, really love you. In week one, what we really talked about, we identified and went really, really into connecting to the body, and really how most dieters are not connected at all. We also talked about, and I gave you the action step, and anybody that wasn't here with me, please go back and watch watch week one, how to only eat when you're hungry, no more mindless eating and junk food fat traps. Please go and watch that. I am gonna just tell you right now, one of the things that I shared was start to track your hunger. Track your hunger in a journal. Notice the times of day that you're really hungry and really look at what your hunger level is. I said 1 is I'm not hungry at all. 10 is I'm about to eat my arm. And we really want to get ourselves to be at that 8. 10 is like we don't want to make silly choices or overeat and then not even know, right? Because we're so hungry. 8's that great point. We want to know that we're at that comfort level. We know that we're at that comfort level because, guys, all you need is energy to get to the next thing that you need to do. We know that we've overeaten when we feel numbed out, when we feel lethargic, when we're all of a sudden like tired, and when we just sit there and are like, let me just go watch TV or sit on the sofa or go do something else. We should feel energized from food. We should feel light in our bodies. You always know when you're at that point, and I want you guys to start practicing eating to get to your comfort, like to be at your comfort level, because you should be able to get up within 20 minutes and go outside for a run, not be like, oh man, I don't know what I just did, right? Fixating on food thoughts is because all you're doing is living in a dieter's mind. We fixate on food thoughts when we are constantly feeling like we're on a diet. And here's what really sucks about dieting. Even when you're not on a diet, your mind still feels like you are, so you are exhausted and you feel like you've been dieting for your whole life. When the truth is you've probably really only been in inspired action and really going like, what I mean by that is when you go to bed at night consecutively for 30 days, you're like, I have 100% followed through on showing up for me. I've eaten in alignment with my goal. I have moved in alignment with my goal. I am mentally nourishing my mind with loving thoughts and visualizing the body that I want. I am in alignment. By the way, those are the 3 tactics that we do to really get out of that space, right? I go a lot deeper in this in Love Your Body, Lose the Weight, but those are the 3 primary tactics from a mindset standpoint to support myself from a body standpoint and from an action-oriented standpoint. And we sit there, right? And we really, really like honor what your hunger is and start to really tune in. It's so important to be in that space. There is a big difference between comfort and feeling heavy. There is a big difference in your desire within yourself and the need to eat to that extent. When we want to eat to the extent of feeling heavy and numbed out, it's because there is something there is discord within our bodies. There is unhealed trauma in our system. There is an unhealed wound and belief within ourselves that somehow we are broken and not enough, and therefore we need to do all the work and all the things in order to get there. If anything from tonight's call, I really want you to understand that happiness cannot be contingent on your weight, or you will be very, very disappointed and inevitably and very quickly put the weight right back on. I birthed my program that I teach, Love Your Body, Lose the Weight, my most sought after program, really and it's Weight Loss for Life 2.0, essentially. It took our most sought after program and we revised it, made it better than ever, and added in even more mindset, meditation, and of the metaphysical as well. And because I very much combine practical, tactical, and spiritual, and it's all needed for you to have lasting change. I am the weight that I was when I was 22 years old, when I worked out 4 hours a day and when I was a chronic dieter. Okay, 2 hours a day. 4 hours was around my fitness competition. I am that same weight. I work out 30 minutes a day, 4 to 5 days a week. I do things that light me up. I had to heal what I was seeking that whole time. I was seeking for acceptance. I was seeking for approval. I was seeking to feel special. I was seeking, and I want you all to think about in this, when I'm saying this, what part of you is seeking what? What have you been desiring to feel since you were a child? What approval, what validation, what acceptance, what unconditional love? What part of you stopped believing that you were enough, right? I always ask, what was the first age? What was the age in which you separated from yourself? What age did you look in the mirror and think that you were less than because of the way that you looked and you associated that with your weight? That is the first time that we separate from ourselves. And then we turn to diets, and that's when we actually separate from trusting that our body knows and is guiding us to our ideal weight at all times. My sole goal is to connect you back to your body, to connect you back to wholeness, to repair that vision that happened within you. Because you're not broken, and there is no work for you to do. You are whole now. You get to choose that now. And it is the internal shifting, it is the internal work that brings you that external results, right? So when we were tracking our hunger, and we have to combine that with the tactical, and that's why in our very first class, as a part of the Get Your Body Back series, I really guided you guys to start to track your hunger levels. Track that point where you feel weak, where you feel like you're at a lack of willpower and discipline, which does not exist. You don't need more willpower or discipline. You just need to stop dieting. It's the dieting that's creating the restriction, that's creating the food obsession, that's creating the nonstop food thoughts. And the nonstop food thoughts, dieting is distraction. It's the nonstop food thoughts are just distractions from what your soul is really calling you to, from the big dream that you have, from something that's in your system, or unhealed pain or trauma, or something that needs to be forgiven or let go of, or action steps to start the business, or to tell the person that you love them, right? Or to step into something that you are afraid of. The diet all this time has just been a distraction. My diets kept me from starting my business. My diets kept me from building my business in the spotlight to building it behind the scenes and making it really hard, right? My diet is what kept me feeling less than, because of my fear of being seen. It was about my judgments on me. With you're harshly judging other people, you're even more so judging yourself. The critic lies within you. It's that critic that thinks that you're not enough, that keeps telling you that you need to be doing something differently. And that until you do, you are not able to feel pretty. You are not able to wear beautiful clothes. You are not able to have new friends, or stand out, or receive the love, or have the intimacy. I can't tell you the number of women that hire me that have actually are in such need of intimacy and have stopped being intimate with their husbands because they don't feel good in their bodies. And yet their lack of intimacy and connection with their husband is what's driving them to overeat at night, when their husband and their kids go to bed and they're sitting there by themselves, when they're reaching for things and Netflixing. It is the lack of that connection, the lack of love that we're permitting ourselves, the lack of receptivity. All of these self-sabotaging archetypes really are derived from that place of the belief that we're broken in some way. So we attach on. The perfectionist, the rebel and the perfectionist are usually very much linked. When people have read my book, when people do my Eat Right for Your Archetype quiz on my website, they find that there's one that's predominant and the other one leads. The avoider and the nurturer also are very much linked. Now you can find that there's other ones. I've just noticed that those two. And it's usually because there is such a fear of letting go of control with the rebel and the perfectionist. The idea that you have to turn things over, that you have to be in faith, that you have to relinquish control. It's because then you feel that you can't control your results, when it's the very opposite. It's your releasing of the constant need to control everything and be all things to all people and never say no and be the people pleaser and all of those things that is actually what's driving you to continue on this scope of dieting, right? So we really talked about helping you to understand. And I want you to write down these very 4 pivotal questions. What is it that you're really hungry for? The next time that you're hungry, I want you to ask yourself, write these down, please. Am I really hungry right now? What is going on in my life right now? Is food going to solve the problem? Is food going to hurt me or help me? And what can I do instead? That is an amazing way to do a quick pattern interruption on self-sabotaging cycles. All we need is that one moment of awareness, that one moment within ourselves to align to something higher, to align to our highest self and to hear what its guidance is. And it's your job to be a loving observer and not to make yourself wrong if you still eat after you find out what I'm really needing in this moment is a break. What I'm really needing is to get the hell out of this house. What I'm really needing is to separate from my husband because he is driving me up a wall. What I need is for everybody to stop needing me. I need my patients to stop needing me. I need my clients to stop needing me. I need to stop being needed by my kids. I need everybody to stop saying mom. I need everybody to stop saying my name. I need me to just be. And the only way that you found the reprieve for that is through food. So I really want you to understand that there is no way that your mind is going to let you give up the very number one thing that you rely on to cope with and survive through life. Outside of food being fuel, you are using it as human connection. You are using it to create comfort, a reprieve, an experience, something that you're desiring to feel within your life that is currently not there. Where there is lack, we will fill the gaps with food. Write that down, highlight it, and identify the lack that exists in your life. That's what needs to be filled. That is how we get off the dieting train. The more you live your life, the more you fill your life with you, the less you want the food. I cannot tell you the number of women that I talk to and I ask them a question and it breaks my heart because somewhere along the lines they stopped dreaming. Somewhere along the lines, everything in them got fixated on needing to fix themselves and heavy development work and self-analyzation because they're living in their mind and they're not connected to your body. If you overanalyze yourself, you cannot outthink yourself of a negative state. So when we were sitting in that place, I really, really want you to understand that every time that I will ask a woman, I'll say, where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year? If we get on the phone and you're like, oh my God, Melissa, you would not believe I just had the best 6 months. I just had the best year of my life. Paint the picture. Do you know how many of them have no idea? Their only thing that they want to tell me is that they just want to lose the weight, thinking that that's the thing. They don't know who they are. They don't know what makes them happy anymore. They don't know what lights them up. They fixated on dieting for so long. And this is where the crack in our being, this is where the lack of wholeness exists. And this is what I'm so committed to shedding light to so we can get to the other side. As I shared the other night, food is the heaviness of food, the constant fixation of food is what blocks us from our highest self. It's what blocks us from our dreams. It's what blocks us from the belief that anything is possible and that everything is always working out for us. Write that mantra down, everything is always working out for me. It's what blocks us. And when I'm working with people to align to the Most High, to align to the divinity within themselves and how to access their guides and to access that intuitive voice within themselves that I gained access to when I connected back to my body, when I had my spiritual awakening, when I connected to that voice that said, hey, you have something in your throat and I had cancer. That voice will never steer you wrong, but it's that voice that you've stopped listening to. It's that voice that you no longer hear because you cloud it with thoughts of not enoughness and dieting and food obsession. And the more food and the more sugar and the more we fixate on where we're not enough, the harder it is for us to identify that voice. And the more that I'm always guided that it is the heaviness of food that cancels out the connection and the intuitive guidance. It's hard for us to align to what we want on the Most High when that's where we're constantly putting our time, our focus, and our energy. Remember, there are two paths in life. There are two human emotions. One is based on love and one is fear. Your intuition, your highest self resides in love. And if you are telling yourself all fear-based thoughts, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, we just need to lose the weight, we can't lose the weight, something's blocking me, I just need to fix it, I need to be fixed, I need to do more work, I need to do all the things. I haven't done this enough, I'm not doing that enough. We need to restrict more, but my food, we went off and we ate bad foods. It was never the food. It was never the food. It was the meaning you gave to the food. It was the reaction that you had to the food. It's the fact that after you ate the food, you told yourself and went into a fear-based state in your body that you were going to put weight on. So you sent a direct signal to your body that said, put weight on. This food, it makes us put weight on. So your body started to register that anytime you had one of your bad foods, it means to put on weight. That your body will take the directives the way that you say them. Just like if you say to yourself, I lose weight effortlessly. Weight is falling off of me. It is so easy for me to lose weight. It feels so good to be in my body. I love my body. I love my belly. I love my thighs. I love my toned body. I love how good it feels in my body. And we start to reiterate and tell ourselves the things that we need to hear. That is how we release the weight with ease. That is how we get out of desiring foods that hurt us instead of serve us. And it's in that alignment that we go back to really trusting our bodies and knowing, and your body will guide you. It's time and time again. All the women that go through my programs, when they dial in and get clear on their hunger and they go through the Love Your Body, Lose Weight program and they do the 3 months of internal work and the 3 months of the external work, they start sitting there going, oh my God, this is so easy. Oh my God, why did I make this so hard? Oh my God, what was I doing all this time? It's so easy. I eat when I'm hungry. I stop when I'm full. My body's, when I'm eating in tune with my body, I'm realizing that I don't need all my food. They naturally slash their portions. They naturally up their fitness game. I do not tell them to do these things. Their body guides them to do these things. And I see it time and time again. And it is effortless. And then the mind wants to stop them. The mind wants to go, wait, this is too easy. Wait, we need to overeat. And that's why you have the continued guidance and support to ensure that you don't fall off the rails, to ensure that you don't sabotage. Because again, ladies, your mind will only take you as far as you know how to go, right? And this concept of doing everything on your own, well, I'll just do another diet. I'll just need another book. I'll just try that diet that once worked for me. That diet never worked for you, or you wouldn't be here. The part of you that loves to research all the diets, the part of you that loves to sit in that and plan it, your mind is exhausted because you already feel like just in the planning process that you've done all the things. So my question to you is, in the last 30 days, your desire has been to lose weight. In the next 30 days, or in the last 30 days, first I want you, and share with me in the comments, in these last 30 days, have you done everything in your power to lose weight? Have you shown up and gone to bed every night feeling super proud of yourself? Are you sitting there and going, okay, like what's not working, right? That's what I really want to hear, because we have to go deeper than where we've gone. Oh, Debbie, I love to hear that. She said, I actually have, thanks to your teachings. Perfect, perfect. So, and Nicole said, honestly, no. Yeah, so guys, I'm not saying this because I want you to feel bad. I'm saying this because I want you to give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. If you haven't been, good. Give yourself a break. Great, I haven't been. So why am I making myself feel so bad? And now I want to ask you, will you commit in the next 30 days to show up for you? To sit there, and when I say go to bed proud, I mean feeling good about your choices, not obsessing, being kind, hitting yourself on those 3 markers that I mentioned earlier, right? Moving in a way that feels good, nourishing yourself with loving thoughts, being kind to your body, giving yourself permission to have joy now, not when, but now, right? Yes, you're ready. That's what is needed. So here's the thing. I know I've shared a lot tonight. So I really, really want you guys to understand this is about worth. It is a direct correlation between your worth and weight. This has nothing to do with you needing to work harder. In fact, you actually need to do the opposite. You've been eating based off of emotions, but the emotions that you're seeking, I always say, where you have a desire, your desire will do what it can to get its needs met. If you don't satisfy that desire, i.e. your emotional desire, if your soul is saying start the business and you're ignoring it over and over again, you will end up eating. Your emotions will drive you to eat to make up for the desire that you have within yourself. Because the desire that you're wanting within yourself is joy. The desire that you want in yourself is to feel excited by life. So you will go to food. Does that make sense? Because food for you will be pleasure and play and excitement for that short, brief time. And then it will be something that you berate yourself about. But for that short period of time, you will get that instant gratification for the lack of allowance within yourself. If you didn't use your voice and tell your partner what you were really thinking, or actually set the boundaries that you know that you should, at work or with friends or with family, you shoving down your voice, your desire is to be expressed. It will then turn to food again for that type of gratification because you're not giving yourself the outlet. Any unmet emotional desire will find a way to get its needs met through food. If that is your only form and outlet for play, for pleasure, for expression. And what I find with women, especially the older that we get, is that life becomes a lot about responsibilities. And the idea of imagination, the idea of dreaming, the idea of play and pleasure is, well, when I have time, maybe I can fit that in. I think I could do one night out this month with the girls. It's like, what is that? Like, did you come here just to feel bad? Did you come on this planet just to beat yourself up and be unhappy? Did you come here just so that your entire plight in life could be about your body and losing weight? No, you're on this planet to have a freaking incredible life. You came on this planet to have an epic, extraordinary experience. You came on this planet to have so much fun and to experience things that your soul came here for. So why are you living Groundhog's Day with the diet and the diet and the diet, and I'll put off the things that I want until I lose the weight? It's complete chaos. Do you guys see how crazy this is? It's crazy, right? So it is the disallowance of oneself. And that's what we want to shift. It's the cycle of deprivation and perfection and making you wrong that's driving you to the food. It's never been about the food. The food has been your only source of comfort. The food has been the only thing that you feel that you've had as a constant in your life that has been there for you because you abandoned you. And now it's about coming back to wholeness. Does that make sense? So I want you guys, if you haven't done so already, I want you to get a journal. I want you to be tracking your food. I want you to sit there on a scale of 1 to 10, and I want you for the rest of, until we meet again on Tuesday for our next class, I want you to actually sit there and look at, where am I hungry? Am I eating when I'm at an 8? Or am I eating at my first twinge of hunger? Am I eating because I'm in the car? Am I eating because my kid's food's out? Am I eating because my husband is? Why am I eating? Am I eating because it's 8 o'clock at night and this is my witching hour? Really pay attention. Go through those 4 questions. Start to journal it. Am I really hungry right now? No. What's going on in my life right now? I'm freaking exhausted and I just need somebody to take care of me. Great. Well, what is it that you're really needing instead? I just need a break and I need some support and I need some love and I need some connection and I need somebody to do for me instead of me for everybody. Great. So what are some things that can support you with that? Well, I can reach out and set up some phone dates. I can actually share with my loved one that's what I'm needing. I can make a list of where in my life that I can make some boundaries and start to really honor those boundaries. And I can look at where I've been a no to me instead of being a yes to me, because what I need to be is a priority for myself in life. Great. Which one can you action right away? What can you do instead, right? You just made a list. I just gave you guys great ones. So that's what we're needing. We don't need the food, right? And then we are a loving observer. As we are in this new state of awareness, we don't make ourselves wrong. We go, okay, I get it. I see you. Melissa, I love you. Right? Jolene, I love you. Debbie, I love you. All the women on here. So, right? And so you go through and then you want to say to yourself, and it's so important to actually address yourself by your name and say, I love you. I really, really love you. And you see in the morning meditations, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, where I tell all of you guys, wrap your arms around yourself and say to yourself, first thing in the morning and when you go to bed, I love you, I really, really love you. Start to notice. I had a client just report to me, the same client we just started 2 weeks ago. She goes, Melissa, it's crazy. I'm eating things that I'm wanting. I'm eating them, as in normal portions, and just like allowing myself the variety. I'm not making myself wrong. And I'm telling my body all the time, I love my body. I love my body. And she's like, and I swear I'm slimming out. It's like, I'm eating more and I'm eating these other foods, but my body seems to be releasing weight. How to lose weight without dieting. Do you guys get this? Right? All right. So if anybody wants more customized personal support, I'm offering a lose weight without dieting call. In this, you get customized personal support, one-on-one coaching and guidance, and an action plan to get you to your results. So I'm going to put this link in here. This is a special gift for those of you that are on here. Okay. You know that I love to really support those action. You know what I'm gonna do? Put this in here, the whole thing. Those that are here and taking action. Now, the other thing that I did want to tell you, if you are sitting here and you're like, I'm so ready for the next step. First off, I don't even want to go there. What I really want to say is I want you guys to make sure to join. So if you're really digging this and this is all speaking to you, class 3 is taking place on Tuesday, and it's the secrets of slim living and feeling sexy at every age. We're going to really dive into that. Sustaining it, what people do that are already in that you deem as slim, what they're doing that you're not, how they're living, and then how to actually own that feeling of confidence and sexy at any age, and what that really is all about. I love this topic. Class 4 is release fat and build muscle without a gym, specific foods, mindset, and exercises for fast fat loss. In order for you to join these classes and get the replays and the tips, you must register. So those of you that are here, you've registered. I love it. For those of you that want to take it a step further, my Love Your Body, Lose the Weight program is starting. We only run this one time a year. It is, I'm just going to put, it is my signature program. It works. That's all I'm going to say. And it's amazing. And it's starting soon. And this is a lasting weight loss solution. So you never diet again. This is really about you getting into your body, releasing the weight, and really, really getting on the other side. The program, I am running it live. The links are in the chat. It's showing up, Penny. See them? And by the way, the calls, those are for those of you that are not clients. And also you can only have one call. So there's only one of me, and I'm trying to do as much COVID support as I can. And I've got my groups and all my clients. So I don't know why I'm seeing them. It's saying all panelists. I would look in your chat and make sure that your chat, do you guys see it now? Yes, you were right, Nicole, I messed up. Do you guys see them now or no? Okay, hold on. Putting it here. That is the link for the call. For the Love Your Body, Lose the Weight program, we do have a promo, guys, by the way. This program, I don't know why somebody was like, isn't it like $8,000? No. This program is $475 a month with, and we've got the $1,000 off. That brings it to $475 a month and that's a 10-month payment plan. If you're really like done, if you're just like, I am ready to transform my body, I'm ready to transform my life, I'm done with my mind getting in my own way, I'm done with playing small in life, I'm ready to heal, I'm ready to get on the other side, I want it to be a fun journey, I want it to be amazing, Melissa, I want your guidance, I want to be with other epic women that are experiencing the same thing. We run challenges in our private Facebook group, they're amazing, we keep you, it is my favorite thing. The women are epic. And it will transform you and your life in ways that you cannot even, the women that go through that program, my most favorite thing is that they sit there and it's like, at the end of it, it's like, oh yeah, and I lost the weight. Their entire life, if they realize it's everything in your life gets better when you actually start to be whole and own your worth, everything. That you attract in incredible things. It's your life enhances, your relationship enhances, your partner, marriage, your sex, your everything. And most of all, you just feel so delicious in your body. And you start to know that anything and everything is possible for you. And the women that come out of that start their businesses, become coaches and being entrepreneurs, their marriages are repaired. They're sending me, I mean, I can't even, they're like, I wore a bikini and I went here. And I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And that's what it's all about. I know, Jolene, I can't wait for us to start. Oh my God, Sherry, you're incredible. You were like, yes, all of you guys are. I feel so, so blessed. I love this. I hope I will see you guys on Tuesday. Anybody want to come meditate with me, you know where to find me. Thank you all for being here so much. And I hope you got a lot from tonight. Share in our wholeness group what your top tips were from tonight. You know, and I'm sure, I know everybody can always benefit, and it always helps to regurgitate as well. Lori Lev, it's so good to see you here. I love you all. And most of all, guys, I need you to really understand, please, everything, exactly where you are, there is no regret. There is no, I should have gotten this. There is no, I should be somewhere different. I should. It's the shoulding all over yourself that's causing the issue. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You're hearing all of this right now because it's meant for you. It's resonating with you. I'm going to have a call coming in, so I'm going to decline it. Okay. It's meant for you because it's meant for you. It's meant for you because it's here for you. All of this, like, you are meant to have the body. It was never meant to be hard. You just believed, and there was programming that started for you back in the day that said that you had to work your ass off to get the things that you wanted, that you had to strive and struggle, whether that programming came from your parents or whether you put that immense pressure on yourself to be perfect, to always look good, to always feel good, to all the things. You started to do that from a lack from a belief that somehow that wasn't meant for you, that somehow there was something that was not enough in you, that you had to make up for that. That's all that came from. And you get to let that go. You get to let it be easy. You deserve what you desire, and it's already done. You just get to now line up with that. And it's through choosing a new way. It's through being a yes to you. It's through choosing to align to a new way of doing things that isn't going to feel comfortable for you, where you don't trust yourself and you're going to go, how would I do this without dieting? That doesn't make any sense. I don't even understand. If what I shared tonight resonated with you, then it's meant for you. Then it is what you are ready to do. And I cannot stress to you enough that you want to get support, whether it's from me or somebody else, but going at this alone is never the way. It takes a very, very long time. And there's nothing more disheartening to me than when I talk to women a year later and they're in the same place, or even worse, having gained more weight, or their health is really compromised, you know, and the guilt and the shame that they feel. And they thought they were deserving of another year. They thought they were only deserving of investing in a book to have something that has impacted their entire life, right? It's like, what? Like, you deserve to be on the other side. You deserve to have what you want. So please, whether you join the program, whether you sign for, whatever you do, the calls are a gift, whatever it is that you do, just, you know, me or somebody else, or if you just sign up for all my free things, my intention is to support you in moving forward. And I hope that tonight helped you in that, and that you really were able to take things on that you can action for yourself. So I love you all so much. I'm so grateful. And I will see you all on Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow for our Get Your Body Back Weight Loss Meditation series. All right, guys, have a beautiful night.